Hello, welcome, and thank you so much for joining today. Happy New Year. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in on today. I am Dr. Ashley Booth, and thank you for watching and tuning in. Go ahead and let me know where you are watching from. You can send the Happy New Year shout outs because I know that we are ready for the new year. And today's goal is for me to help you make sure that you are able to accomplish those goals and all the things that you set out to do because we want to be ready and make sure that this is our best year ever. So let me know that you're out there. Say hi, tell me where you're watching from, things of that nature, so that I can acknowledge you. And then we're going to go ahead and start jumping in. While we are waiting, what I want you to do is get your paper and your pen because we are going to talk about some things and I want to make sure that you don't miss it and that you have it so you can go ahead and kind of go through it with me at this moment. I am planning to provide you with some tips of some things and some templates, and I'll upload them so you'll have those for later. But I want for you to get ready and be prepared. You guys know I love to educate and give you the information. Today is going to be a bit much, but I don't want for you to get overwhelmed. That is not the process and the point of this. I always want to make sure that you have what you need, but you have it in digestible portions so that you can understand it and get it in and then be able to use it. Well, let's just get right into it. Today, we're talking about wellness, resolutions, and you. And what exactly do I mean by that? What I am saying is, I know that it is the new year. And today I said, I want to get comfortable while I talk to you guys about this. I'm sitting in my most favorite spot in my office. I am sitting here with my ancestors. They are the ones who drive me and motivate me to do the things that I do. It's also a comfortable spot because I'm in like one of my comfortable chairs. So I want this to be a comfortable moment for you so that we can discuss the things that we need to discuss, but really get to the root of wellness. What is it? How does it affect your health? Things like that. Because when we start this new year, everybody is like, new year, new me. I'm going to do it, right? And we start reflecting and we say, okay, this is what went right. And this is what went not so right, right? This didn't go well. And this is what I want to improve. And there is nothing wrong with that. I take a personal inventory of myself a lot and say, okay, we need to tweak this, we need to do that, things like that, so that I can improve. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have to have the tools and things in place so that we can do that. Because did you know that 40% of Americans make a New Year's resolution? But of that 40%, only 10 follow through with that resolution. So only 10% actually do that. If you think about that, it's like, why? Why does that happen? Why are people doing that? Why do only 10% make it out? 40% make it, but only 10%. Do you know why? What are your thoughts? What do you think is one of those reasons why people are not following through with their resolutions? One of the things that I know is it's not because people don't know what to do. I talk to people all the time about what their goals are and what they want to do, especially in regards to their health. And I've had several people tell me, "Oh, I know what to do. I've done this before. If I want to lose the weight, I can lose it. If I want to stop smoking, I can stop. I've taken the classes. I've done the regimens and the diets and all of this stuff. I know what to do. The other part of it is keeping up with it. So why are we not following through and it's sustaining and being a part of our lifestyle?" And what I have started to realize is that some people say, well, it's probably lack of dedication, lack of commitment. They're not motivated. That's part of it. But the biggest and deeper issue is much deeper than that. So much deeper and more complex part of it. And do you know what that is? I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. Do you know what that is? The part of it that's the deeper thing is you. And I know, don't feel attacked. It's me too. It's you, it's me, it's us. that is what it is. That's just a part of that process, is that we are the deeper part of it. And once we fully understand who we are and what is causing some of this, then we can get to it. Now, the reason I say that is, I always say no judgment here. I am not trying to judge you and say, well, you didn't do things or whatever. When I'm talking to you guys, a lot of times I am talking to myself and I'm like, okay, girl, you need to get it together, right? So don't say, oh my gosh, like she's talking about me and things like that. Just relax because we are going through this journey together. But like Iyanla says, we got to call a thing a thing. And the thing is, we are the holdup to our healing. We are the holdup to getting to the next level. We are the holdup to our wellness and being better altogether. So, how do we do that? Like, what is going on? What's causing that? It's our patterns, our behaviors, mainly our habits. What are the things that we feel like are just kind of going through us all the time and continue to hold us up? Like, what do you do every day? Why do you do that? And how do you approach that is thinking about the five whys. So if you have something that you want to fix, let's just say you are always late for work. Okay, not calling anybody out, but if this is you and you want to fix it, let's talk about how we can do it. You say, I am late for work. Well, why are you late? And you ask yourself about five whys. And usually, once you get to that fifth why, then you'll say, okay, this is what it is. So, why are you late? I'm late because I didn't I hit the snooze button on my alarm. Okay, why did you hit the snooze button? Because I am tired. Okay, why were you tired? Because I stayed up late last night. Okay, why did you stay up late last night? Because I was watching this show. Or why did you watch the show if you knew that it was going to keep you up late? That's the big one. Because why did you do that? And what I realized is a lot of times when we get deeper and go underneath the surface, we start thinking about things like self sabotage. We start self sabotaging ourselves because we say, maybe I'm not good enough. Or there could be other things, or I'm anxious about the day or tomorrow. There are a lot of things that could be going on, and we have to start uncovering these things. Some people even have imposter syndrome. I don't think that I am fit for this role that I am currently in. So I'm going to sabotage whatever is going on so that I can say, yeah, I really wasn't meant for that. When in actuality, you are, and you are supposed to be there. Then sometimes people think about their past failures. You know what? The last time I tried to quit smoking, it didn't go so well. So then I am not going to try it again. So you automatically say, not going to happen. Last time I tried to lose weight, I went to the gym, I did the things, I didn't see the results. So not going to do it. But once you get down to all of that and get down to the deep part of it, and we sit with it, it's going to be uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh, it's going to be easy. It's not. It is going to be an uncomfortable process. But what I found out is that being uncomfortable is actually a good thing because it's going to help us grow and get to that change level that we truly need to get to. So get uncomfortable with that. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable so that you can start making those changes. And how do we make the changes? We've gotten uncomfortable. We figured out what that real root thing is. Now that I know why I'm doing this, I can be aware of it and now start putting things into place to get me to that next level. Now it's time for us to start putting those things in there. One of the things you can do is you can come up with your why. Why do I want to lose weight in the first place? So I figured out what has been holding me up from losing the weight. I figured out what has been holding me up from being on time for work. But now that I want to change that behavior, why do I want to change? Now let's think about that. And now we can really keep that in our mind. Then from that why, sometimes you have your why. Your why could be your people, it could be your children, it could be your parents, it could be your work family, whatever that is. This is my why. My why, because I know that these people made a lot of sacrifices for me to get here today. There are a lot of things that they face that I have no ability to even comprehend, honestly. And I say, you know what? For that, I am thankful. And I am going to take what you did and continue to move forward. So they are my why. And that helps to continue to propel me and say, okay, just another step, just keep going, right? And then after you come up with your why, the next thing to do is come up with your goals, but not just any goals. We're going to talk about SMART goals. And these goals, I like that they call them SMART because they really are going to help you get to where you want to be. And SMART stands for that you want them to be specific, you want it to be measurable, achievable, relevant or realistic, and then you want to have it time bound. So let's think about that. Let's just think about, you want to quit smoking, right? So you say, I want to quit smoking cigarettes. Now, do you want to cut it out completely, or do you want to cut back on a certain number of it? So the best thing is to say, I want to quit smoking completely, right? That's a specific thing. And then you measure it because you want to quit from, a whole pack to half a pack, or half a pack to all the way down to none, whatever it is. You want to be able to measure that. Then after that, you want to see, is it achievable? You want to choose a time frame that makes sense. Now, if you have been smoking for 15 years, you've been doing a whole pack a day for 15 years, and now you say, well, I'm going to stop completely next week. It might happen. I don't know. There are a few people who have been able to do it, but what I do know is that over time, sometimes people, it takes time, and you put things in place to be able to help you do that. You have a support group and all of that. So that's where you get your relevant and realistic, because you want to get your team together and say, what resources do I have available to me to be able to help me be able to achieve this goal in this time frame. And again, the last thing, the T, is time bound. So do you have a specific time frame that you can get this done in that is realistic, because you want to make sure that these goals make sense. And then when you look at it and you start working it out, you say, okay, does this really make sense? And if it doesn't make sense, it's okay. Reevaluate it so that you can be successful. And the other part of this that I want to mention is you to be successful with your own goals. Don't look at anyone else, because someone else has other gifts, they have other talents, they have other abilities, they have other resources. So they may be able to reach their goals a little bit faster than you can reach yours. And that's okay. You're not running their race, you're running your own race. So look at it. And when you put your goals down, your goals are your goals. And once you reach your goal, then you get more confident and then you start setting other goals. The other thing about goals is, once people do their whole resolutions and stuff, they say, you know what, I want my health to be in order, and my finances, and this and that, and all of that. That's great. But we need to focus on one thing at a time. Because if you do too many things, you're going to get overwhelmed. When you get overwhelmed, the majority of people say, not doing it. And I'm majority of people. Okay. I like things to be simple. I can't, if it starts to become too complicated, I tell people all the time, when things start to get complicated, either I tune out, I say, I'm not doing it. Or the other thing is, my defense mechanism sometimes is to take a nap. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. Like, my brain just says, this is too much. I need to reset. I need a little nap. Let me figure this out. I'll come back. So I need things to be a lot more simplified. That's why I try to give this information to you guys simply, because I know I don't want to overwhelm you. So when you're looking at your goals, it's okay to have all of these things that you're thinking about, but attack them kind of one at a time. So then as you check that off and you get some momentum with that, then you can keep that ball rolling, and then you can start on the other thing. And then you check that off and you get going. And so then now you're able to really get into a groove of how you're going to make all of these things make sense for you. The other thing is, now that you have figured out your why, you have your goals. Now you want to be consistent. Now this is where you start adding in that consistency and that dedication. So I want to do this. This is how I'm going to do it. This is how I'm going to approach it. Now you get more consistent with it and really follow through all the time and be dedicated to it. And you'll start to see the changes. With that, you can add intention. Intention is a great tool that I like, because with intention, it means that I'm focused. This is the goal that I have. This is what I'm setting for today. This is what I say I'm going to do. And you are really focused on it. And with intention, a lot of people do like vision boards and manifestation. I'm all for it. I'm all for a vision board, because vision boards help you see where you want to go. So you have your goals and you say, these are all the things that I want to do. And then your vision board says, this is how we're going to line it up. This is how you can achieve it. This is the way to go. This is your roadmap. So it helps you see it. So then a lot of times we like those things. We need something tangible, right? So you're making these goals. You may not see, all of the success from it immediately and have that immediate gratification. But if you have the long term and say, this is where I want to be, and if I continue to make these goals and these checking them off every time and completing things, I'll eventually get here because this is the destination. So you want to focus on that. It helps you to kind of say, okay, I'm all right. After that, my whole thing for you guys at the end of the day is to give yourself some grace. I think that we are all a lot too hard on ourselves because we want the things and we want the things now. And then if the things don't work out, then it's like, okay, whatever. But give yourself some grace because once you are on a journey like this, you're going to start to notice change. And when you have change, things are going to be a little bit unfamiliar. You may not have seen this before or been involved with this before, whatever. So it's like, oh, how does this work? Whatever. It's okay. Give yourself some grace because in this, some people will say you'll have some failures. I try not to use the word failure because if you are willing to try again, if you're willing to learn from that situation, then it really wasn't a failure. It didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. That's fine. But if you're willing to learn from it and say, oh, okay, I want and I've learned it, got something out of that experience. So I want you to be able to do that. But that is my wish for you this whole process and for the year is just grace. And again, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Like we just have to give ourselves that grace and that period to say it's okay. It's okay to fall down because I'm going to get back up and I'm going to continue to move on. All of this is I'm talking about like goals and resolutions and all of that because what I do know is at the end of the day, this ties into wellness. And wellness is ultimately an active pursuit of your choices, your lifestyles, behaviors, so that you can get holistic health. That's what wellness truly is. A lot of people throw the word around about wellness, but wellness is total wellness, it's holistic health, but it's actively pursuing those things. So you have to start thinking about that. Like, am I actively doing the things? And so that's why I wanted to bring this to your attention because I know that if you start making those goals, if you have an intention, if you are being in tune with yourself and saying, you know what, I really shouldn't eat this. And the reason why I'm overeating this is because X, Y, and Z. And you do the work. And you're going to have to do the work every day. Once you have your aha moment, that doesn't mean that the work is done. You're going to have to continue to work on that and say, oh, okay, and make sure that you truly understand and get to know yourself and really get deeper in there so that you'll know how to handle the triggers that may come. But I want for you to be well because I know that once you are well with your health goals, with your financial goals, with your relationship goals, whatever that is, once you are well there, your health is going to follow suit. You're going to feel better. You're going to be more confident. Once you're less stressed, we all know that stress does a lot of things to the body, it does some weird things to the body, but it can affect us in different types of ways. So, if you want to just say, you know what, I want to get well, think about what wellness truly means to you so that you can get there. Now, you guys know that I don't like to leave you out here hanging. I don't like to leave you struggling because I never liked for people to leave me struggling and say, oh, do these things, X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 bye, see you later. I never really was a fan of that. So that's not my thing for you. So over time, I'm going to be checking in with you, going to be posting tips on how we can get to this because I want to be in the 10%. Listen, I want to be in the top 10%. Okay. So we are going to get there. And my goal is to try to help you along the way. So look out for that. I'll post a SMART goal worksheet so that you can see exactly what a SMART goal is and go through it. If you're interested in how to really work a SMART goal and how to work it out and say, okay, does this make sense? Or how does this work? let me know, because I'm willing to do a short video to walk you through, okay, this is my SMART goal. And this is what I'm going to do. I want this to be a community. Guys, talk to me. Let me know what's working, what's not working. What do you want to know more about? How to make this make sense? Because it's all about you and your ultimate health and getting you to where you want to be. So if this was helpful to you, you really enjoyed it, you know that someone else would definitely benefit from it, make sure that you subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you'll know every time that I upload something, because again, it's all about you. Follow and share so that we can make sure that people are getting what they need and they are getting their needs met. Until next time, I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.